Hi guys, so welcome back to this channel. Hope you guys had a good week last week. So today we'll be talking more about Singapore stocks, mainly the blue chips in general. To give you a bit more context for those who are not Singapore, the STI or the Straits Times Index mainly held by the Singapore banks, which is around 40%. So if you want to move STI, you just have to move the three banks. The three banks are DBS, UOB, and OCBC. So we'll just be talking about the three banks in general. So in the last few weeks, we actually have seen the banks running very strongly. And this is despite the fact that Singapore had a lot of the COVID cases still rising and there's a lot of uncertainty. But yeah, we still see a lot of buying and buyers are still around. But I would recommend taking some profits or at least selling them because you will definitely be able to buy back cheaper. Okay, so we'll just look at DBS for instance. If you can see, DBS is actually the ones with the candlesticks pattern, while the one in orange and is UOB, and comparison wise, OCBC is the one in blue line. You can see that DBS is actually the frontliner, followed by UOB and OCBC being the more lag behind. So why I say that it is probably a good time to take profits, or at least sell some of the holdings if you have been holding for a very long time. Okay, we'll just start by looking at the indicators. If you look at the indicators, right, you can simply see that both the risk and the MACD are starting to turn. So if you look at the risk, the RSI, it is at 80 now, which is totally in oversold territory. Whenever this DBS has went up, it will definitely come down again. So I'm looking at it coming down once again. You can see that there's a risk is above 80 here. Pull back down, went high here and pull back down. That's for the risk wise. If you look at MACD, MACD went above the orange line, but it came down. It went above the orange line and stayed above the orange line for very long. In fact, about 3 months. And it started pulling back down before crossing it up again. So now we are at this current position. We can see that the blue line is currently turning down and it's likely to touch the orange line. Hence, there will definitely be profit taking coming very soon. As such, it is definitely a wise choice to take your profits now. If you were to look at UOB, likewise, you can see that it has climbed and it's been overstretched too much. You look at the RSI. The RSI is also about 76 currently. And the same thing happens. It comes down. MACD is still way above the orange line, but you can see that it's going to turn soon. So the same thing also applies for this OCBC as well. If you look at OCBC, it is similar to DBS and UOB. The RSI is high. It's currently about 72 since it's lagged behind the two other banks, and the MACD is about to turn as well. So if you look at the three banks, it is a good opportunity to take your profits now, and you can always buy back them cheaper. To give you a better perspective, let's look at STI. So if you look at STI, right, you can simply see that it's still way above the cloud. That means it's still uptrend and it's still very strong. But if you look at the risk, it's currently at about 72. And if you look out a bit higher back then, every time that it went above the overbought position, it will definitely come down. Overbought, it comes down. overbought, it comes down. Likewise, overbought, chances of it coming down very high. And if STI were to come down, it will indicate that the three banks have to come down as well. Look at the MACD. If you look at the MACD, went above here in about 2021 April. And if you were to see here, it also went above. And lastly, it looks like it is above now, but you should start taking profit when it's above rather than when it's about to turn. If you look closely to the STI charts, we'll remove OCBC and the UOB comparison. You can see that there is in fact this trend line here, which was the previous resistance of about 3273. Now we actually did a breakout. So I will believe that the market makers, or at least the big boys for the matter, they will want to trap some, they will do a bull trap here, so that and they will tend to squeeze those who long above this breakout, and then you'll come back down again. As such, I will believe that it's a good opportunity to take your profits now, and you can always buy back the three banks cheaper. Perhaps you can consider buying back DBS at around $33, or if you are more patient, you can always wait for $31 to $32. That's where you can see some accumulation, and that's where the MACD will start to cross over and then turn upwards once again. Yeah. So once again, I hope you guys like this video. It's more about the local coverage on the Singapore stocks in general. But in the event that you still have any stocks or any queries about other exchange or any other countries, feel free to leave in the comment section down below. And once again, I will see you guys in the next video.